Good morning. Just woke up in the Premier Inn in Milngavie. It's about 5 to 7. I'm just going for my breakfast at 7 o'clock, and then heading up to the station to drop off my bags with the travel company, who will take them to each stage of the West Highland Way. It's not a bad day. The sun's out, just a little bit of clouds, so it's probably perfect weather for doing it. Feeling a wee bit of trepidation, I suppose, and feeling a wee bit moany, because I've got a little bit of a foot problem that's going on. I had not just the kind of hot spots yesterday, that's just getting to Milngavie. So just getting the train from Kilmarnock up to Glasgow, a quick bit of shopping there, and then the train to Milngavie has left me with a wee bit of a taster, I suppose, of what's to come in terms of my feet. And I discovered last night, when I wondered what was wrong with them, that I've got which looks like a verruca on the ball of the foot, right where you press to walk. So that's why I'm a wee bit moany and a bit scared about doing the walk. Getting to Milngavie isn't easy, I have to say. If you're planning to do the West Highland Way, especially if you're starting a Sunday like me, it's not easy to get here. It's as if ScotRail hate the West Highland Way. There's no direct trains to Milngavie anymore. You have to change at Partick, and for any foreigners trying to do it, I don't know how they do it, because there's no signs. You have to ask people, even once you get on a train, it doesn't tell you where it's really going or the stops in between. There's safety notices that come in the kind of ticker thing, but nothing that really tells you, so you've got to know. I don't think it's a great service, to be honest. And then when you get to Milngavie, it's hard to find anywhere that's decent to eat. A couple of pubs and a cafe, Costa and Greg's, and that's about your lot. So anyway, the service in the pub wasn't good, which made me a bit moany last night as well. But I'm over that now, feeling a bit brighter. And ready to go, as long as the foot holds out, and that's what I'm worried about. It's the foot. But I've got some Vaseline. I went and bought some Vaseline and a little pair of scissors for the gimp tape that I've got for it's gimp tape. It's a KT tape, kinesthesiology tape, I think it is, for athletes and muscle soreness and things. You're supposed to tape your arms up or your shoulder or your elbows or whatever if they're sore, which might not, to be fair, being a bit geriatric. But I bought it for my feet because there's a lassie on Twitter called Abby Barnes who said it's really good if you feel the hot spot coming before a blister, to put some of that on. So I thought I'll maybe just do that and see how it goes. So okay, better go and get breakfast. And then humph my bag up to the station and drop off the big pack and just take my day pack with me on the walk. Hopefully it'll go okay. Catch you later. Milngavie on a Sunday morning, 8:43 a.m. Heading towards the starting point of the Great West Highland Way. There it is down there. There's some people waiting, taking their photos. I'll take a selfie. My foot is hurting and I haven't even started walking yet. That doesn't bode well. Well, here we go.
Devil's Staircase, 16, 80 miles. Oh. Here we are at the start, behind the bins. Not the nicest start to a walk. This is the way we go out of Milngavie, which will be very welcome. Here I am, about 100 yards from the very starting point, in the centre of Milngavie, still very much in Milngavie, and I had to stop and tape up what seems to be a blister forming in the sole of my foot. In the old place I get trouble before, on the ball of my foot, where my foot pushes off the ground. Fortunately, what I discovered last night was a verruca there. Unfortunately, that's not the fortunate bit. The fortunate bit is it doesn't seem to be causing me any trouble so far with that squidgy proto blister. It's a bit of a worry. Just setting out in a long walk, so I have to see how I get on. Bit of a park. Somebody's camping there, I think, which is a nice idea. Camp right at the start of the way. Mugduck Road, West Highland Way. Yeah, this way. Through an underpass. West Highland Way, Clyde Coastal Path. There's a few people setting off this morning. Always nice that there's people. There's something wrong with this foot. There's some joggers. I'm going to stop and adjust my boot, I think. My sock. Well, I must have walked about half a mile. And I can still feel the blister even though I taped it up. My theory is that the verruca I discovered last night has been causing me to walk. Funny, so I curl my foot up a wee bit to avoid walking on it, which has maybe caused the rubbing and caused the blister. Anyone watching this, I know what you'll be thinking. You'll be thinking, getting your excuses in right at the start. Aye, that's true. I tried this 4 years ago just myself. And I managed to get as far as Tyndrum. Before I just had to stop, my feet were all cut up, little ribbons, and it started the same way. 3 years ago, did it with the guys, and not a problem, not a blister between us. So, sod's law. Anyway, we'll just have to see how it goes. A wee walking man in my hat. Wee kilt man, kilt walk man. That was a few years ago now, about 10 years maybe. The first kilt walk, 10, 12 years ago. Okay. A beautiful day to start the West Highland Way. There's a lot of bikes in the path. Today, you got to jump out the way. Welcome to Cardbeth. Traditional hutting since 1918. Community ownership since 2013. This started out as a kind of very wild and I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I suppose a bit counterculture. A wee bit raj. That's what it was for Glasgow. And people to come, not an English oak, for people to come and stay in their button bends really cheaply. I can't remember the exact history of it, but somebody just started building a hut here and then others joined. Cardbeth huts became a bit of a thing. And now people I think just stay here practically all year round. Maybe not so much in these ones, but a wee bit further on. They're not exactly garden huts, they're fantastic holiday homes. Wouldn't mind that. Nice and quiet. Oh, foxgloves. Don't touch them, digitalis. Will make your heart stop. Well, there we go, a moving tree. The things you see on the West Highland Way on a beautiful day. Oh, damselfly. Lost it. It's gorgeous. This is Murdoch Country Park. Well worth a visit. What's that? The Campsies? Wow. Lovely. Just lovely. More huts of the Cardbeth community. Hutting is quite a thing now. Promoted the last year or two by Leslie Riddoch. I notice, I think she's got a book out about it. But this is just a fine example. What a way to live, to have a holiday home here, or just live here all the time. I think maybe some people do most of the year. Certainly live here now and just telecommute, as they used to call it. Now they call it working from home. No reason why not. You can live anywhere now. I think there's some more over there. Well, the tape that Abby Barnes recommended on YouTube seems to have made a wee bit of difference to the old blister, the proto blister. I think it's feeling a bit better, but you never really know until you stop. And then maybe it's the next day that you really feel it. Abby Barnes being a a YouTube walking, hiking aficionado. She's very good, her videos are very good. There's something engaging about Abby, not quite sure what. She has, just produces great content, but personally quite engaging as well. Some of the YouTubers you can't really be bothered with, but her videos are very professionally made. A lot of content about mental health as well. She doesn't hold back about personal problems, but if her tip about this tape for blisters proves to be true, then well done. It's a tip that I'll take on my trip. And a young woman has taught an old man a new trick. Beware, missus. That's a big house up there. That's a real house. Oh, beautiful. Just gorgeous. Well, you come up here past this house called Cruin, among the Carbeth huts, and you come to a road. And there doesn't seem to be anything that tells you which way to go. Wow, nice view. And remember, if you're in Scotland, walk on the right hand side of the road, because cars drive on the left, and that way you can see cars coming towards you, but the cars coming behind you that you don't see can easily pass. So that's a pro tip for foreigners. This is what you want. This is the content. Ah, lovely hawthorn. Right, I came through a field. There's a barbed wire fence. And that doesn't look very right. But there is a wee trail on the other side. So I think I'm going to have to just loup it. I don't see any other option. Definitely come the wrong way somewhere. Unless you had to turn right and go down the road and then cut over that way. That looks more promising towards Dumgoyne. Well, I think I went the completely wrong way. I came up through Carbeth huts, the wrong side of that loch. I think that's what I did. There's a couple of walkers down there and up that wee lane, and that looks much more likely. So if you come up the other side of the loch, you would turn left along this road and then through there. So when I turned left from the other side of the loch up there, and that's maybe where I went wrong. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit lost. Right. That looks more like a walled lane. I'm going to go that way. Follow them. Public footpath to Drummond. That sounds right. How did I get this wrong? How did I get this wrong? Oh, found the right way at last. Turns out someone had put the West Highland Way sign. They had moved it round the wrong way, so it pointed the wrong way, and it took me round the wrong side of Carbeth Loch. Now I should have known that because I've done this before. Well, eventually I twigged and thought, I'm moving away from Dumgoyne Hill, which is that wee hill there. So I knew to walk back along the road. I met a nice couple from Bournemouth. and walked along to here with them, but they've just gone away down to the distillery for a wee dram, just to try that. So that sorted that out. Oh, that's just a wee lump, that's Dumgoyne Hill. Anyway, I could see the distance and I knew I was going the wrong way. So now I'm going along here. There's a cafe along here and that'll be a welcome break, and I can try to sort out this foot again, which is a wee bit sore. Let's go. The Beech Tree restaurant. A welcome sight. There's some more water here and sort my foot. Have a rest. That's probably about 7 miles or something in. 7, 8. Of course, the wee extra detour I had up the road. Entrance to the car park. I got a table at that Beech Tree, but then decided just to push on. It was just pure greed to sit and eat a vegan sausage roll and a pint of beer or something, when really I should be pushing on. I asked the girl if they'd fill up my water as well, and she says, "Oh, I'm not sure, but I'll check. But if we don't, there's a place down the road that will do it. Some deli." So that kind of put me off as well. You had to order via the QR code. You didn't really have to, because when I left, the woman said, "Oh, if you don't want to do that, we'll take a manual order." But to be honest, I know they've got to have their restrictions, but I think it was just a wee bit draconian, the feel to the place. Maybe they need to relax a wee bit. I did the track and trace, and sure, that was fine. Don't mind that. So I pushed on, which is probably okay, because I really do need to crack on a bit. It's a long way to go, but my foot is sore. All the wild roses here, they're gorgeous. You can see now is the cobbler over Conic Hill over there. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit at some point. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance. Enough over here. Yeah, that's Conic Hill in the foreground. To the right of that is Ben Lomond, and to the left of Conic Hill is the distinctive shape of the cobbler, which I was up a couple of weeks ago. This is probably the least interesting part of the way, really. It's just long and flat, and you don't really feel as if you're away from civilization at all. It's not till later on, once you hit the Highland line, that you really feel that you're on a wilderness adventure. So I've always said that if I was doing it again, maybe I would just start from Balmaha, or from Balmaha, or maybe even further on than that, to avoid the law if I was being lazy. But I suppose if you want to do the full thing, you start from Milngavie and go this way. Well, the lady I met back there, her husband from Bournemouth, was saying that Wednesday's to be a really hot, lovely day. I think that day Wednesday. Where am I going then? Where am I going? I'm not sure I've got that insect there. I'm still zoomed in. Where am I on Wednesday? Well, this is Sunday. So Sunday today, I'm going from Milngavie to Balmaha, over Conic Hill over there. And from Balmaha to Inversnaid on Monday. Tuesday, Inversnaid to Crean-Larach. And then I've got a short day, which is Crean-Larach to Tyndrum, which is only about 7 miles. So if that's the really nice day, it's a bit of a shame that it's my short day. We'll just see how the weather goes. We shall see. Oh, this is this bit. It's kind of like a housing estate, like a council estate or something. There's a feel of it. Walk right past people's homes. Right, push on. Well, just at the bit I said was like a housing scheme. There's a new place. Turnip Beat Deli. Okay. Nice wee place. Kind of TARDIS honesty box. Wee cup of coffee and a bag of crisps. Lentil curls. Very nice. Didn't really want anything more to eat anyway. Well, had a coffee at the deli and realised just after I left it that I'd lost my hand sanitizer that was in my pocket of my shorts. So I went back, but it wasn't there. I'm sure I must have fell out at that beech tree. Another reason not to like the beech tree. If I was coming here again, I would press on past the beech tree and just go to that deli, Beetroot Deli or whatever it's called. Also discovered a bit of my shorts and that barbed wire fence. Yeah. Don't know what they're doing there. Looks like a new build. It'll be someplace. Maybe a garden centre. Market garden. Four miles to Drimmen. Well, just north of Drimmen. I followed the signs for the West Highland Way, which took me round about Drimmen instead of into the town. I was right there on the edge of the town and followed the signs. It went across a field and I'm on the road northwards now towards Balmaha, so well. The chance to get something to eat and charge my phone is gone. But I've got a wee beer, which I'm drinking along the trail. It's a non-alcoholic beer from an honesty box back there. And there's no more water stations till Balmaha. So that's where I'm at just now. In the Milngavie forest or something. Look, the trees here are gone, blasted away by a great storm of 1963 or 1968 or something like that. Oh, it's sweltering. Feels as if we're out in the country now. There's suppose these are forestry roads, but not too many people around. Just came from that way, through the trees, now onto this road. Garadvan, I think. West Highland Way this way. Okay. Garadvan, something like that. The feet weren't feeling too bad there for a wee while, but I took the insoles out. I had put memory foam insoles in. I think they were constricting my feet and actually making it worse, so I took them out. I think that's also why I seem to have some kind of hammer toe in my other foot now. So I'm limping in both feet. And I've still got another, must be about 10 mile to go to Balmaha. Right, that's it. No more Mr. Moany. No more moaning. No more moaning. Going to be positive. Walking through the Garvan forest. Just bumped into a few folk there, just passing the way, and really nice people. You get people out in the countryside, they're really nice. Always say you okay? You know what way to go, showing you the way, and cheers pal. Very good. It's hard to get lost here because it's just a straight path, but it just shows you people are nice. I'm not being sarcastic in here. There's your Loch Lomond. That's your Loch Lomond now. So just follow this path up over Connick Hill, and as the boys said, passing on the bike there, you'll get a beer in Balmaha. So there we go. My battery's just about done. I hope I get some more video or pictures up at Connick Hill, but I'm not sure. It's in its last legs. You don't forget to look back when you're doing this, because sometimes the views are just gorgeous as well. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom, broom o' the cow day now. Fain would I be in my ain country, guarding her feathers yowns. Oh, the broom, the bonny, bonny broom, broom o' the cow day now. Balmaha. I didn't come down that way, Connick Hill. I came down over the hummocks along there. This is the Oak Tree Inn where I had my food. And that wee house there is where I'm staying. The food was absolutely tremendous. I had a pizza with mushrooms, jalapenos and vegan sausage.